Hi everyone and welcome to this week's dance class. We are going to be looking at this book here, which is called The Arrival, and it's written by Shaun Tan. Well, it's written, but actually you'll see one of the most interesting things about this book is that there aren't any words. There's no text at all. So it's just these incredible illustrations, and there is so much in this book. It's amazing. And we're going to be looking at over the next few weeks looking at the themes behind it and what it means and creating dances about it. So I'm really excited. This is such a lovely book. But first of all, we are going to do a warm-up. So come into the space with me. And what we're going to do is I'm going to call out 4 numbers, and each of those numbers have got an action attached to it. So when I say number 1, you are going to jog on the spot. Here we go. If you want to, you can jog around your space if you've got enough of a space. Okay, you can do a little run around. When I say number 2, you want to do star jumps. So we're going to do just a few star jumps like that, nice and stretchy, not floppy, nice strong stars. If I say number 3, you're going to imagine you've got a pencil or a pen on the end of your elbow and you're going to write your name. Okay, you might have to be quite quick, okay, especially if you've got a really long name. Don't forget to dot your I's and cross your T's, which I've got both of those in my name. Okay, so writing your name, and if I say number 4, you're going to do a balance. So any kind of balance, but you've got to hold it as long as you can, okay, and try not to move, okay, on one leg. Okay, so number 1, jogging. Number 2, star jumps. Number 3, write your name. Number 4, balance, anything you like. Okay, so I'm going to mix these up because you're good at this. Okay, so I'm going to start with number 3. So let's write our name as big as you can, really big, using all our levels, and we can imagine our name just there. Good. Number 2, let's do our star jumps. Good, nice and fit. Well done. Okay, we're going to do number 1, jogging. Do running on the spot, or if you want to, you can do a little run around your space. Okay, good, get your heart rate going. Okay, number 4, we're going to try our balance. Okay, so it can be anything you like. Doesn't have to be super fancy, but if you can, try and balance and don't fall over. Number 1. Okay, jogging, jogging, jogging. Good. Number 4. Whoop. It's hard to go from running to balancing, isn't it? Good. Number 2. Star jumps, and from balancing to jumping. Wow, this is a good workout for our bodies and brains. Okay, number 3, write your name. If you want to, you can swap elbows. So if you want to, you can write your name with your other elbow. Ooh, I'm not used to writing with my left hand or my left elbow. Good. Number 2. Good, keep breathing. You might be feeling a bit tired, but that's good. That means you're going to get nice and fit and strong. Number 1. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Well done. I'm running backwards. That's quite tricky. I think run forwards if you're running around. And let's finish on number 4. Nice big balance. Ooh, something a bit different. So you can be creative. Oh, try and balance. Hold. I'm talking to myself when I say that. Well done. Good. Lovely. Shake off your legs. Big shake. Big shake. Shake off your arms. Good. Big breath in. And big breath out. Big breath in. And big breath out. Well done. Good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to step to the side and we're going to reach up high. We're going to step to the side and reach up high. We're going to step to the side and reach in a middle level, side to a middle level, side to a low level, side to a low level. But I'm going to mix these up, see if I can catch you out. So we're going to go high, high, middle, low, high, middle, middle, high, low, 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 high, middle, middle, high, low, middle, middle, high, high, and stop. Well done. Good. Right, in your big star position with your feet slightly turned out. See if you can do a rise and bring your arms to the side. Good. Good. Really stretch. Feel that nice stretch as if someone's pulling you from one side and the other side. Try and put your heels down. Good. Arms down. Turn your feet in. Turn your heels in. Turn your toes in. Good. Well done. Okay, right. I want to look at this book. It's very exciting. Here we go. So we're going to look at The Arrival. And already, just from looking at the actual book, you can see that it's quite sort of battered looking, isn't it? So can you see? It's a bit scuffed. And it looks like it's been, I think, in someone's suitcase already. Can you see here? It's like it's been slightly torn and slightly scuffed here. And all the way through, all the pictures, this is called sepia. It's kind of, it looks like old photography. Can you see? So it looks very old from the very beginning. As you can see here, it looks worn. That to me looks like old sort of wallpaper, doesn't it? Something like that. And you can see here we've got little stamps. So what do you think that looks like? I think it looks like a sort of passport. I don't know if you've ever had a travelling journal or something like that where you stick all your bits in like a scrapbook, something like that. So that's one of the first things I noticed. And then one of the next thing that's really important that we talked about earlier is that it has no words. So there's no words in the whole of this book. You can see, and hopefully you'll get to have a look as well. In all it, there's nothing telling us. So how do we know what's going on? And this is very similar to dance, because in dance there's often no words. Sometimes there's words in performances and things, but there's no words in dance because we're using our bodies. And in this book, they're just using the illustrations and just using the pictures. So what we're going to do is look at the very beginning. And this is the first part of the book. And you can see here all these lovely things that are objects in somebody's home. So what do you think is going on? We're looking in someone's home, someone who likes origami, makes little things out of paper. And look, we have a picture here of, it looks like a man, a woman and a child. So maybe that's a family living together. And possibly because here they are as a photo already. A little cracked teapot. So all these lovely things that are quite familiar at home. And what we're doing now is they're packing, and he's packing up all these things. And look how delicately he's doing, especially his photo, because it's so important. And he's wrapping it very gently, putting it in string, putting it in his bag. And look, his hands are sort of covering that suitcase. It's almost to sort of hold the people. And they're holding hands here. So again, we don't need any words to tell us what's going on. I'd love to be having a conversation with you now, because I'm sure you've got lots of ideas. But what do you think's happening there in that picture? That's right, I think he has to leave. So we're not sure why. This is the interesting thing about this book. We're not sure why, but he has to leave. So here we have the pictures, a little sort of series of pictures of a little girl waking up, very tired, maybe early in the morning, having breakfast. She's seeing the suitcase. Everyone's getting ready, putting their hats on, boots on. So we're going outside. And this is a lovely picture here, because can you see? That's from the perspective of the little girl looking up. So when you're little, you probably can't remember, but when you're really little and you're looking up at an adult, that's what it looks like. So she's very young. And so he's saying, do you want to take my hand? And as we walk through the streets, they're going somewhere. So going on a journey somewhere, or maybe to drop him off. And what is this? Very menacing, very creepy shadow. But that's not a shadow of something we really recognise, is it? It looks like a sort of monster or a dragon, or something they're trying to hide from, maybe. Something they don't want to be near. And then when we go to the next page, this monster shadow seems to get even bigger. So to me, that looks like something taking over the city, or sort of capturing it, or maybe sort of oppressing the people who live there. There's a lot to look at in these books, and I hope you get to have a look in more detail. If you want to, you can pause this and have a look in more detail. And you can see how big these are, because look, these are our 3 characters we've just been looking at, and look how tiny they are compared to the big city. But again, no words. Okay, and as we go on, we realise the little girl's face is suddenly looking really sad, and we're at a train station. And what's happening is he is going away somewhere. We're not sure why, we're not sure where. But look, he makes his little bird, origami bird, and it's like a little magic trick. He produces it from under his hat and gives it to her. And there's lots of sad goodbyes, you can see here. So clever, all the little pictures. Lots of really delicate pictures of holding hands, being very gentle, being very tender. And that's the saddest one for me, because look, they're holding hands and hugging each other. And then suddenly at one point you have to let go and say goodbye. And then they're going on a train and he's gone out of sight. And then they walk back to their home, but it's not 3 of them, it's just 2 of them. And these shadows are lurking in the background. So it's a very, very emotional, and that's just chapter 1. Oh my goodness, or part 1. So there's so much to look at. So if you want to, wind this film back and have a look. Have a look at all these pictures in detail, if there's anything you want to look at. But the thing that I thought we'd focus on today, which I thought was really interesting, is the idea of packing up. And if we were leaving our homes and we had to go quite quickly, what kind of things would you pack? Would you pack practical things? Would you think, right, I'm going to be outside, so I'm going to wear my waterproof trousers? Or would you pack sentimental things, like pictures of your family, or maybe bring a favourite teddy bear or toy or something that you love and had for a really long time? So you can see here at the beginning, we've had all these little things in the house. So what would you pack? Would it be sensible to pack a really heavy saucepan? Probably not. You know, the clock, the hat, the teapot, all these lovely things, but you might not be able to bring them all with you. So he chooses this picture, doesn't he? That's one of the things he's packing. So what we're going to do is I've come up with a little phrase, and then you're going to do one as well. And I thought of the idea of packing. And we're going to be packing in a bit of a rush, a bit of a hurry, because I think these looming shadows coming in, I think it's probably time to get out of wherever we're living. So I like the idea of packing a big old suitcase, and my suitcase is going to be under my bed, but I haven't used it for ages, so I'm going to pull it out, and it's a bit stuck, so I'm going to pull it twice, and it's going to come out from under the bed, so it's here. And the next thing I'm going to do is the idea of folding. So I'm going to fold something quite big, maybe clothes, I'm not sure what. I'm going to push that in the suitcase. And I don't know about you, but whatever you pack, we seem to take too much, don't we? So do you want to try this with me? Just do some folding into the suitcase. Good. And the next thing I'm going to do, there's always something a bit higher up, isn't there? Maybe in a wardrobe or something like that. So I'm going to reach to that side and pull it down. I'm going to reach to that side and pull it down. Reach, reach. I'm going to fold it into a ball, because actually I don't have lots of time to do lots of folding and things. And I'm going to throw it down into my suitcase on the floor here. And then I'm suddenly going to stop and slow right down. We've looked a lot about speeds in dance, haven't we? So we're doing lots of folding and wrapping and scrunching up our clothes. And now I'm going to slow right down, because I found something very precious here. I'm going to go very slowly, very delicately, all the way down to the floor and hold whatever this is. Okay, and I'm going to wrap it very carefully, very slowly, and I'm going to put it in my bag. And then I'm actually going to end with my hands on my head like this, because I don't really want to go. So I'm going to put my hands down, and I'm going to put my head on the hands, because I don't really want to go away from where I am now. So we're going to try that again. So the idea of packing quite urgently and quickly, pulling your suitcase out, it's stuck. Get it out, open it up. We're going to fold some things in. Good, we're going to stand up. We're going to pull things from high up, maybe a high wardrobe. I'm going to ball it up, throw it down. Then I see something precious. I'm going to delicately go back down to the floor, wrap it up, put it down, and put my hands on my head to finish. Okay, so that's my phrase, and what we're going to do, if you can dance that with me to this music, and then we're going to create one of your own. Okay, so let's try this with music and bring it to life. Okay, ready? Here we go. Pull out your suitcase. Good. Should we try that once more? Here we go. Pull out your suitcase. Okay, so I deliberately chose that piece of music as well because it's quite fast and quite slow. And I think sometimes if we were in that situation where we were packing very quickly, I think our emotions would be like this. We'd be up and down, wouldn't we? We wouldn't be on one level because our emotions are never like that. They're very up and very down. And so we might be excited about going, we might be nervous, but also I wanted to pack quickly, so I was pulling things from the side, but then I found something very precious and I wanted to slow right down. And that's the good thing about dance, because even if the music's going very fast, you can dance slowly, and that's quite nice. And even if the music's going slowly, you can move quite fast. So it's really nice, and it really helps tell the story, I think. So what I'd like you to do is think about the pictures that we've just looked at. Think about some words that relate to packing. So when I did this, if it helps, you can write some down, but I thought of words like folding, wrapping, scrunching, pulling. Something doesn't come down, I yank it from the wardrobe, you have to be a bit careful. Or pulling out your suitcase, and yeah, something that's very delicate, you might want to wrap up, maybe tie up. So think about all these words, and maybe pick 3 or 4 or 5, however many you want, and turn that into movement. And I want you to really imagine packing a suitcase, packing a bag. It could just be a rucksack or something, it doesn't have to be an old suitcase. And create your own phrase, the idea of packing up only in a small bag, or the things that you have to take because we have to leave quite quickly. So pause me, and hopefully now you've done your phrase, we can do that together, okay, with the music. The one thing I'm going to do first of all is ask you to think about different levels. So if you are on the same level with your phrase, what I want you to do is you can pause me again and think about using different levels. So I was kneeling on the floor with my suitcase, and then I stood up on a high level and I was reaching, and then I took my precious thing from a middle level and I put it down onto the floor. So have a think about levels. So you might want to go back to your phrase and have a think about, ooh, instead of reaching to the side, maybe I could reach really high, something like that. Just change it slightly. And also you need an end position. So my end position was this, with my hands on my head, on my suitcase, not really wanting to go. So whatever your end position is, just hold it, and then people know that you finished your dance. Okay, so if you need to pause me again, do, and work on your dance. And if you want to carry on, let's carry on with music. I'm going to perform mine twice, and you can perform yours. If you haven't done it, don't worry, you can still do mine, and just to have an experience with the music. Okay, let's go. want to stop that. I hope that's given you enough time to use the music with your dance phrases. If not, you can keep winding this back to hear that music. Oh, I wish I could see them. I bet they looked amazing. Well done. I'm sure you come up with some brilliant ideas, and one day I'm sure I'll see them. So we can work on these phrases, and we're going to be building this up over the next few weeks. So well done. Keep these images in your head, keep looking back at the video and having a look at the pictures, and they really help create movement and create a mood and an atmosphere with our dances, which is what we want. So let's do a little cool down, come into the space, and what we're going to do is we're going to do some breathing and stretching. I'm going to put in some nice relaxing music, and we're just going to cool right down, get our breath back and get back into the space here. Good. So standing up in parallel, reaching your arms up. Good, you're going to bring your arms to the side. And if you can, just rise up on your toes. Relax your shoulders. Okay. And what you're going to do is turn your top half of your body to the side. There we go. And come back to the front. And turn to the other side. Back onto the heels and straightening the legs, rolling up. Good. Relaxing the shoulders. Well done. Finishing there. Give yourselves a clap. Well done. Fantastic, thank you very much. Right, we will carry this on next time. Keep working on those dances, keep thinking of those ideas, and we will do more next time. Thank you very much.